Hi guys, and welcome back to another Think Big Thursday ICE video. My name is Karin, and today we're going to be thinking about the Day of the Lord. Now this term might seem a little strange to you, and I get that, so I'm going to try and explain it using an everyday example. So I want you to imagine you're home alone and your parents have gone off for the weekend or even a week or longer, and they've left you in charge of the household, of everything in it. So watering the plants, making sure everything's clean, trusting you that you behave in a way that they would approve of, all these kinds of things. Now the knowledge of when they'll be back will probably determine how you behave in that time. If you're anything like me, you'll keep everything to last minute. So for example, when I've been in the situation in the past, I've always known, okay, if they're back on Sunday, I need to start cleaning maybe Saturday night to make sure the plants don't look like they've almost died, and just trying to get the house ready. So Christians believe that Jesus, who once walked on this earth and died and rose again, and is now with God, will one day return to this earth and take us with him and actually make everything new. That's something he promises. And this is the day we call the Day of the Lord. And in Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, he urges them in chapter 5 to always live with this knowledge in mind that he'll be back one day. He says in verse 2, "For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night." Meaning, he says, it will come very suddenly and no one really knows the date or the time. And now back to our story. Imagine you didn't know when your parents would be back. I think you would probably behave differently, wouldn't you? Like, if I don't know what time or what day even my parents would come back, I would probably behave very differently. Make sure I would clean the house daily, make sure I behave in a way that they would approve of, so they are happy with me when they get back and are not disappointed in me or mad. And it's the same with our life here on this earth. God has given us life and free will, and we can do whatever we want, but he says himself in the Bible that not everything we can do is beneficial to us. So many things separate us from him even more. And the good news is that still we don't need to be scared of the day of the Lord and fear his anger when he returns. But in verse 9 to 10, Paul writes, "God didn't set us up for an angry rejection, but for salvation by our Master, Jesus Christ. He died for us, a death that triggered life. Whether we're awake with the living or asleep with the dead, we're alive with him." So when we accept that what Jesus has done for us, and ask God for his mercy, we don't need to fear the day of the Lord at all. And we can rather be looking forward to it, because it means we'll be spending an eternity with Jesus. As a result, Paul writes in 11, "So speak encouraging words to one another. Build up hope, so you'll all be together in this. No one left out, no one left behind." So, to sum it up, having the perspective that our time on this earth is short and that Jesus could return at any point, we should spend our time intentionally, doing good, encouraging one another, and spurring each other on. I wonder how you feel thinking about the day of the Lord or the return of Jesus and being with Jesus forever. If you have any questions or would just like to learn more, please do get in touch. You can find us on social media, on Instagram or on Facebook. Yeah, and let us know. Have a good week. See you soon. Bye.